Hello guys, it is EverythingEpan here, back with another video. Today we are doing a video tutorial on how to install Windows Me build 2419 in Virtualbox. Now this is one of the beta 2 builds of Windows Me, and there's actually two more builds before this that I do not have ISOs for, and that is build 2404 and also 2416. Those are the first two in the beta 2 series of Windows Me or Windows Millennium builds. But the first one that I have that they have ISOs for is 2419. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and begin. The links in the description that I will include are links for VirtualBox, WinRAR, also the MS-DOS 6.22 ISO you will need as well. And you will also need the Windows Me ISO and serial key, which will be in a RAR file in the description as well. So now that that is said and done, we're going to go ahead and open up VirtualBox here, and we're going to create a new virtual machine by clicking the new button up top. And we're going to call this Windows Me Build 2419, and you're going to leave the version at Windows Me, click Next. Leave the memory size at the default of 128 megabytes, click Next, and then we're going to create a new virtual hard disk here, so click Create. Leave it at the default of VDI, Next. Default of dynamically allocated, Next. And then you leave it at the default of 4 gigabytes, and you can browse to change it to a different location if need be, and then click Create. And it's going to create your virtual machine here, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Settings by clicking either up here, or you can right click on the machine and click Settings. And then we're going to go to the Storage tab here on the left side, and you'll see that there's a floppy controller and there's an IDE controller. We're going to go to this disk down here where the IDE controller is, and we're going to insert that MS-DOS 6.22 ISO first. Now you're going to want to browse for that. It may not be down here. Either of these may not. You're probably going to need to browse for it. Then go ahead and insert it, and then click OK. And then you're going to go on and click Start to start the virtual machine. Now there's something we have to do with our virtual hard drive first. So once MS-DOS gets loaded up here, the first command you will type is fdisk, and then hit enter, and we're going to create a DOS partition. Enter. Primary DOS partition, so enter again, and then leave it at the default of yes and click enter again. It's now going to reboot, so click any key. It's going to bring back up MS-DOS, and then once that is finished, you're going to type in the command format C:. It's going to give you a warning that all the data will be lost, but there's nothing on it, so just type Y and click enter. It's going to ask for a volume label. You can type one if you'd like, but I'm not going to, so just click enter. And now what you're going to want to do is change the BIOS date. So we're going to type in the date command, and it'll show you the current date. And then what you're going to need to type in is 11-18-1999. So that would be November 18th of 1999. So once you have that entered in, click enter, and then if you type in the date command again, it will confirm it. So now what we can do is we can insert the Windows Me ISO. So mine's down here, but you will more than likely have to browse for it. So go ahead and insert that, and then if you go back up, I don't know if you can actually, but the drive letter usually is drive letter R. If you are unsure of what that is, you can reset the machine, and it will show you. I need to remove the ISO to do that though. Have the MS-DOS option in while you're rebooting it to check. It should come up here with the drive letter right here. Drive R is the letter, so now we can reinsert the Windows Me ISO. Make sure the date is still set. All right, and now what we're going to do is there we go. I had to insert it back in to get it. So now we're going to go to that R drive, and then we can type in the dir command, and there is a setup exe and all that other stuff. If you try typing in setup, then it will come up here with this initialization. And now we are in the process of the GUI installation part of this. So it's going to load some stuff real quick here and come up with the setup screen. So we're going to click next on the welcome screen. We're going to accept the license agreement and click next. And then it's going to ask for a product key. I'm going to go ahead and type this in, and this will be included with the ISO in the description of this video. So just go ahead and type in the product key for this right now, And then once you have it in, go ahead and click next, and it will confirm it. Now leave the directory as the default, click next. It's going to check for installed components and available disk space, and then we're going to go ahead and do the typical installation and click next. And then you can type in any name. I'll just type in my channel name, for example, and click next. We're going to install the most common components and click next. And then you can name your computer whatever you want. I'm just going to name it me2419 and then click next. Change your country and time zone as follows and click next. And now it's going to ask for the startup disk. You can put it in if you like. I don't even know if there is one, to be honest with you. Because if you were to try to go into a floppy here, I doubt it's going to pop up with anything. But here it says this is the startup disk for it. But even if you try using it, yeah, it's not gonna work. So, so we will not need that. So go ahead and cancel the using the startup disk, and then it's going to ask to copy files. So click finish, and it's going to begin doing that process, which will take just a little bit of time. So let this sit for a little bit, and I will be back with you guys when it's done copying files or when we hit our next restart point. So it's going to come up with this little error here. It's going to say setup cannot find a file if you're about 14% through, or whenever this comes up, just keep clicking skip file if this comes up repeatedly. It may come up multiple times. It may come up just that one time. I'm not 100% sure what could happen. But if it comes up multiple times, just keep clicking skip file, because it's not going to be able to find whatever file it's looking for. And if you keep trying to retry, it's not going to do anything. So again, I will be back with you guys once the file copy process is done or we hit the first restart point. So again, we're at 65%, and it's going to come up with another file copy problem. So again, just click skip file, and it may come up repeatedly like that. As you see, there was 2 in a row. So they may just come up repeatedly out of the blue, and I'm not sure how many more of these will pop up here, but that was 3 so far. So we'll see if there's going to be any more than 3. So it goes relatively quick for this file copy process. It says the estimated time remaining is 21 minutes. That is not going to be the case. It will take a shorter amount of time than 21 minutes or so to do that. So here it's done with that, and it's going to say setup is now ready to restart your computer. Remove all disks from floppy drives and OK to restart. So click OK. It's going to ask to restart. You're going to want to click that restart now button, and it's going to reboot the virtual machine. And what we're going to do now is we're going to remove that ISO, so you might have to reset it one more time, and then it's going to go for the next part of the setup here. It's going to do hardware setup, so it's going to set up plug and play devices and all that stuff. So just let it sit here and do its thing, and I'll be back with you guys when another screen pops up or when we hit the next restart point. So here we are hitting our next restart point here, and you can let the timer go through, or you can just click restart now. The mouse might be glitchy, so you might have to let it go. To fix that, just disable mouse integration, and then you should be able to go click inside of it, and then right control is to get back to your main machine here. So there's the little boot screen there, and it's going to flash a little bit and do some more setting up of plug and play devices. And then after that, it should come up with the after a little bit, it'll come up with that little final window up in the top right that does all of the final setup things. And we'll see here what it's pulling up. But I even had to go back and watch one of my uploads to remember how to do this part of the, or do the first portion where you are in MS-DOS. I had to refer back to it, so might have been playing in the background there. We'll so if it is, I apologize for that, but must have left it running while I was paused. So there it is with the control panel programs on the start menu: Windows Help, MS-DOS, tuning application, system configuration. That's the part that's going to take the longest. So just let it sit here and do its thing for a little bit, updating system settings and all that stuff. So this should be the last part it does before it restarts once again. So we'll see about how that all goes, and I'll be back with you guys when we hit the what should be the final restart point. So towards the end here, it's going to come up with this file copying problem, and again, you're just going to want to do that skip file like you were doing before. And it should do a couple more things here, and then it will go with the final reboot, and we should be able to hit the desktop and things after that. The progress bar may be full a little bit down here, the overall progress, but then the component progress will keep looping a few times or something like that. So, and of course, now the time says less than a minute, and there we go. We are on the final restart point, so we'll click restart now. And now it's going to boot up again, and then we should hit the desktop. If we click OK, it's going to update system settings. And then you can see in the bottom right, it shows the build. I do not believe there are any audio drivers installed, so there will not be a startup or shutdown sound. But now we're on the desktop here, and that should be it, because if you go to properties here, not these properties, if I run the WinRAR command, well, that didn't really show me either, but you get the point here. It says it down on the bottom. So there you go, guys. That is the video tutorial on how to install Windows Me Build 2419 in VirtualBox. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. If you thought that this tutorial helped you out a little bit, make sure to leave a like down below. Also, leave your comments if you have any ideas for what I should do in future uploads. I'm taking them into consideration. Some of them are actually very good ideas, so I may actually start doing some of them. And again, I do apologize for not uploading on Wednesday or Friday last week, and also for the little late upload today. Like I said, I'm trying to get back. Like I said, I want to get back on that schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So, once again, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you have not done so, if you're brand new to the channel, and be sure to hit that post notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.